Hey, Spencer here with 3D Printing Canada. We just got back from the Montreal Manufacturing Technology Show, one of Canada's biggest events for manufacturing technology. And after spending a couple days talking to every manufacturer from every corner of the industry, one thing became very clear. Desktop 3D printing has officially become a real production tool, and one company name came up over and over again: Bambu Lab. This year, with support from Bambu Lab, we put together one of the largest trade show booths to date. We showcased several of their newest machines, including the Bambu Lab X2D, and we also ran a giveaway where one lucky attendee will be taking home a free Bambu Lab P2S. We'll be announcing that winner soon, but what stood out most wasn't the size of the booth or the machines on display, it was the conversations we had. So whenever someone had stopped by who had never used a 3D printer before, I'd ask them one question: what do you do? And almost every time it took less than a minute to find a practical use case for them. Industrial movers could print TPU corner protectors to keep ratchet straps from damaging equipment. CNC machinists could make custom fixtures and jigs instead of remachining setup parts every time production changed. Even simple shop organization like custom tool holders, labeled inserts, and storage systems can save time every day. That was usually the moment when people would stop and say, yeah, we could actually use this. What surprised me most was how many attendees were already using 3D printing. And not just for prototyping. Many were printing fixtures, guides, and tools directly on their shop floor. Others were using printed parts in finished products, including companies in the automotive industry. And almost everyone who already had a 3D printer mentioned the same name: Bambu Lab. Those were the machines they were using. You see, a few years ago, this would have been a very different conversation. Desktop 3D printers were capable, but they demanded a lot from the user. Constant calibration, failed prints, tuning settings, bed leveling, and troubleshooting were just part of the process. That can be fun when you're a hobbyist, but in manufacturing, nobody wants to babysit a machine. They just need the part. The biggest barrier was never what these printers could do, it was whether you would trust them to do it consistently. That's where Bambu Lab made such a big impact. With machines like the Bambu Lab X1 and the P1S, much of that friction disappeared. Fast print speeds, automatic calibration, multi-material compatibility, and most importantly, reliability. The phrase we kept hearing at the show was, I just send it and it runs. And that's when 3D printing shifts from being a hobby tool to becoming part of a real manufacturing workflow. Once people see 3D printing in the context of their own production challenges, everything clicks. They think about parts they're waiting weeks to receive, fixtures they repeatedly reorder, tools they're improvising on the fly, small bottlenecks slowing down production every day. And many of those problems don't require a six-figure industrial machine. Sometimes all you need is a reliable desktop printer sitting in the shop, ready to make the part when you need it. If you're interested in how additive manufacturing is changing modern production, Matt gave a full presentation on this exact topic at MMTS. We'll be posting that video next week, so make sure you're subscribed. You're subscribed, right? What stood out most from MMTS is that 3D printing no longer is an emerging idea. It's already embedded in manufacturing workflows. Manufacturers are no longer asking whether they should use it. They're figuring out where it fits best. And Bambu Lab has played a major role in making that transition both practical and accessible. A big thank you to Bambu Lab for helping making our booth and this video possible. If you'd like to learn more about their printers, I've included links below. And if you have any questions about how 3D printing could fit into your workflow, leave them in the comments. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you on the next one.